this video series, we're going to learn about how to increase equity and access in education through the master scheduling process.
Traditional scheduling practices don't always lead to consistent, equitable experiences for students, and we're here to help education leaders begin to change that.
We'll learn how district and school leaders are using improved technology, data analysis, policies, and oversight to make scheduling more strategic and help districts solve core problems they're trying to address, such as equity, access, and quality instruction, and ensuring all students can reach their fullest potential.
I read this article about leading around the master schedule, and something just clicked, and I realized I wasn't leading around the master schedule, I was just managing, getting kids in classes, and really realized that it was the most powerful tool that I had available to me as principal to transform my school.
The master schedule is the fundamental blueprint for how a school operates, showing which students take which courses and which teachers students have access to. If district leaders want to measure improvements on their priorities, the place to start is uncovering what is happening within the schedule.
We believe collaboration is the key to student-centered master schedule development. We let our leaders know that it's an expectation that they know their master schedule and they're part of this development process. And so we create a team that has different roles to ensure that the master schedule is student-centered. We believe that all students deserve a meaningful graduation, and the two pillars to that is really ensuring that students have access to A through G courses and access to the courses that they need, and then success. And so what are the courses in the master schedule that allow students to be successful?
Magnet boards, sticky notes, and clunky SIS reports are no longer sufficient. School and district leaders now have access to data that enables them to understand and evaluate trade-offs in the schedule that directly affect educators, students, and outcomes.
Effective master scheduling can no longer be viewed as a seasonal task accomplished by a small team. Instead, an effective process, one that turns the master schedule into an effective lever for change, must be viewed as a year-round series of coordinated activities driven by data and educational priorities.
Some of the changes we saw when we started focusing on the master schedule as year-round is thinking really carefully about what courses we were teaching. We engaged in a year-long process to remove courses, add courses, build the pipeline, and support students in those classes.
First, we need to shift our thinking away from traditional time-bound tactical scheduling to embrace the schedule as a strategic lever that can help us accomplish our goals.
So I was working as an administrator for about 7 years before I realized that the leading around the master schedule was a critical component. It wasn't just getting students in class. It was really thinking about what are we offering to students? What are the classes that we're offering? How do students know about those courses? What are the pipelines we're building in our school? And how do we make sure that all students are taking the most rigorous set of classes to prepare them for post-secondary? That transformed all of our course offerings, our advertising, our marketing, our communication to families and students, outreach, everything changed, and it turned into a year-long planning and revision process versus a technical task in the spring.
Second, we need to get clear on our priorities and metrics. It is important to establish a scheduling team that includes several school stakeholders. It is critical to ensure leadership involvement and oversight to establish the link between goals and outcomes.
Step number one is understanding what are your strategic goals for the school year. So that could be student achievement and outcomes at the very heart and center, goals for the experience you want your staff to have, the community to have, and making sure that all stakeholders have been consulted in the creation of those goals.
Leaders should select multiple metrics to evaluate success by. A successful set of metrics might look at data related to course request fulfillment, academic results, and efficient use of budget, offering a more holistic view of whether the scheduling process is leading to the results we want. Next, We need to define our team and set clear timelines and expectations for the process.
It literally is a year-long process. So in the summer, you're looking at your results from your previous year in terms of your test results, your advanced placement results, your IB results, your student performance results. In the fall, you're evaluating your courses and what your course offerings are, and that's when you're having discussions with staff about either removing courses or adding new courses into the pipeline. All of that is leading towards eventually building your course catalog.
Schools and districts should have an annual cycle to evaluate whether their course-taking patterns and course offerings best serve the needs of current students and community stakeholders.
A lot of school leaders approach master scheduling as a technical task. And when you really look at master scheduling as a way to transform your high school, there's a lot of resources invested in the teachers in your master schedule, the courses that you teach in your master schedule. It is the highest leverage strategy that you have as a high school or middle school principal to transform your school. Once administrators realize that the master schedule is a tool that is really powerful, then I think they will want to lead year-round around that.
Worried yet? It's definitely a lot of work, but the impact can be incredibly far-reaching in the lives of students, and that's exactly why we're here. Thanks for watching. Go deeper on these topics with our full video series to learn how this schedule can impact equity and access in your school or district. You can find more videos and resources here.